Hello friends, welcome to OPSC study. As your preliminary exams are over and your mains are approaching, so we hope that your preparation might be going well. So in order to enhance it, we are launching an optional test series for sociology. So this test series has been started from 27th October. It consists of 8 sectional and 2 full length tests. Now these 8 sectional tests are being divided into 4 and 4. 4 are basically of paper 1 and 4 are of paper 2. Now the fee structure and all, you can kindly concern it with a given number over here. And what will be the process of this test? Initially you will be like studying your notes, whatever the book materials and the resources that has been provided in the timetable I'll be discussing below. Now there will be 3 to 7 days a gap. Test will be held as per the scheduled date, which is basically on Wednesday. Every Wednesday, the questions will be posted in a group. Over there, you can avail it, and then within 2 days, you have to submit the test answers. Your copies will be evaluated by the experts, and then the personal suggestions, one-on-one feedback will be provided to you with the model answers as well. Now, what is the aim basically of this program? Obviously, to enhance your preparation, it will be covering all your syllabus in a time bound manner. Model answers will be provided. Now these model answers will not only act and help you to how to write the paper in the examination, but it will also help you as what will be your approach, or how can that be a resource also. I mean, your model answers will also be acting as a resource too. So, and yeah, obviously the evaluation, basically whatever the test series you're giving, the feedback is more important. So yeah, we will be evaluating it and we'll be giving you the feedback. Now why you should be joining us is we are providing it for a very affordable cost, and this test series will be completed before your mains, and it will be covering uh, holistically everything, like in OPSC study. Basically we are holistically covering your preliminary test, GS answer writing program, and everything else we have been completing, and we have completed also previously. Now these are the admission details, numbers, and the website you can visit for that. Now let's discuss about the schedule. Now this is where the test 1, 27th October, it has been over basically right now. But whoever will be joining now, they can avail it by contacting the above given number. Uh, Over here, the first test consists of 3 units. It is sociology, the discipline, scientific study of social phenomena, techniques of data collection and analysis. Now the resources for this are all the standard books like class 11th and 12th NCERT, IGNOU Biomaterials, Rhombus, Social Themes and Perspective, Anthony Giddens, Indian Society and Culture by Subhash Mahapatra, and Ritzer, and a sociology dictionary. There comes the test 2. Now again, this is a sectional one. It will be consisting of your whole thinkers part: Karl Marx, Durkheim, Weber, Parson, Merton, right? And then there is that chapter of marriage and family. Then comes social stratification, right? And again, the resources in the paper 1 are basically same as the above one, same like which we discussed in the test 1. Class 11th and 12th NCERT, IGNOU material, Lombus, Giddens, Mahapatra source book, George Ritzer, and a dictionary. Now this is a test 3. It will be consisting of social mobility, economic system, political system, and again the resources are the same as above. This will the test 4 will be the last test of paper 1. So this will be having unit like education system. Now this unit, as you can You might be referring to your previous year mains paper. You might be seeing every year a question is coming from this in a long answer type question. Even it's coming in a short answer one also. Religion, social change, and gender issues. Resources, the same as above. Now from test 5, your paper 2 sectional starts. Initially, the first test will of paper 2 will consist of 3 units. It will be of historical moorings of Indian society, basically the emergence of sociology in Indian society. So it will be like consisting of impact of Buddhism, Islam, Western factors, and continuity and change, caste system, class, Mandal report, backwardness, Dalit consciousness, and it's more of like a dynamic topic. So over here, the resources will be class 11th, 12th NCRT, IGNU BA notes, social change in India, M.N. Srinivas, modernization of Indian tradition, Yogendra Singh, handbook of Indian sociology, Veena Das, Indian society and culture, Nadeem Hussain, social problems in India like Ram Mahuja, social ruler sociology, Desai and Jain, social background of Indian nationalism, A. R. Desai, I mean, news and newspaper readings. Over here, you can refer also to the book of Mahapatra sir, the one we have like over here, Indian Society and Culture by Subhash Mahapatra. Yeah, over here, that book should be in paper 2 also. That book is very useful. Then comes your second sectional of paper 2. It will be consisting of marriage, family, and kinship, agrarian social structure, industry, and society. The resources again for this is the same as one I discussed in the paper 2, sectional 1. Now, this will be test 7. It will be of political process, education, religion, and society. Consisting this over here, you will be like having the questions in regard with 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment, the education changes in respect to DPSP, and universalization of primary education, total literacy campaigns, disadvantages, and all everything. So again, the resources are the same as above, and this will be the last test of test 8 will be the last test of your paper 2, tribal societies, social change and development, and then major social issues. So over here you can see like it will be more of specific to the paper 2 is more of specific towards India and going more deeper to the state Odisha. So, and again the resources are the same. Now the last two tests will be of full length. One will be of paper 1 and a test 10 will be of full length paper 2. So as you can see, this test have been getting over by 15th December, the 8th test. I mean the sectional paper 2 last test will be getting over by 15th December. So you have two tests left. This might be getting over before by the first week of Jan. So this is this. So over here, let's discuss one of the model answers. This is of test 1 which was conducted. So over here you can see the question is sociology a science? Explain. Now this is a short answer question. As I said that the answers are the model answers what will be provided to you. It will not only act as a approach to how to write the answer in the mains, but it will also act as a resource if at all the question comes in a long answer type. So even then also you are having an ample amount of content so that you can write it in a long answer type also. So let's discuss in a brief like how to approach it. Over here we will be discussing it in a short answer type one. Sociology as science, explain. So initially start with a brief basics like how sociology and science are in conflict with each other. You can come up with the how founding fathers like Comte, Spencer, and Durkheim argued that initially the science and society was almost similar on the basis of the same principles and procedure how it was evolving at that time. So, give a brief definition of what is sociology, what is science, and how sociology can be regarded as a science. Sociology adopts scientific methods. Sociology makes accurate observations. Objectivity is possible in sociology. Sociology describes the cause and effect relationship. It makes an accurate measurement. It makes accurate predictions. It gives a generalization theories and all. So this after that, how it cannot be regarded as a science. Basically, the limitations like lack of objectivity is there, lack of experimentation, lack of prediction, lack of accurate measurement, lack of generalization, terminology inefficiency, right? So, briefly describe them section, each one of the section you can briefly describe, and then you can conclude your answer, right? So, this will be your approach in the short answer type. If you're attending it in a long answer type, you explain them more. You can initially start with how the emergence of sociology took place, then how science evolved, and how science and sociology initially with positivist approach of the thinkers like came in relation with each other. Then you can come up with the reasons why sociology is regarded as science, then why it is not regarded as science, and then you can conclude. So this will be your approach in the long answer type. Now second is how objectivity different from value neutrality. In short answer, just give a brief. Initially, you introduce by just giving a brief how sociology as a discipline emerged after the French Revolution. Define objectivity and give the highlight like what are the facts, like why it is called as objectivity, because it's a combination of facts, interpretation of facts, formulation of theories are there. And then in counter to that, Max Weber developed a new methodology in social science, a concept of value neutrality. So now what was value neutrality, how Max Weber related it with his versatile approach, and then you can conclude it with a brief like uh, it can be both an objectivity and value neutrality considered to one of the important pillars of the scientific research method. Basically these both were the scientific research method, right? So it was just an approach, like Weber came up with a new approach like of value neutrality. Initially it was objectivity. In order to like research methods are having a goal of reaching an objectivity, right? So value neutrality was just a means that Weber provided to reach that objectivity. He said that whatever initially the researcher can choose a subject based on his biasness and all, but whatever the means he might be choosing, it should not be biased, or it should be unbiased, or it should not be value loaded, which is value neutral it should be. So this is what Weber was all about. Now the next question is elements of scientific method. Again, give a brief intro like how sociology as a social science has been trying to develop its own method of study, then define scientific method. Over here you can read all this by pausing the video. Then you will discuss what is the method, or what is the stages, or what are the steps of scientific method, right? And you can briefly define it or describe them, or else you can just draw a flow chart over here, right? And just like how whatever it is written, just like initially perspective, right? Then hypothesis formulation, right? and hypothesis formulation. Then comes your information gathering by research method, right? Information gathering, right? And then your approach comes of interpretation of result, right? And then your theory building is there. And now after theory building is done, then there is a evolution which leads back again to your first thought of what is the perspective and the problem definition, right? So it is a evolution. Again, it will be the evolution will be done. So yeah, you can look this later on. And after drawing that flow chart, whatever you can write it better. I'll suggest you draw that flow chart, and then you can conclude it briefly, like with the shortcomings. What are the shortcomings of scientific methods? Like there might be an observer bias, or how social desirability bias can be there, and all, and various other criticisms, right? Then there is this question of interview as a method of social research. Again, interview, what is it? Basically, it is an oldest and one of the most important research method which has been in sociology from the initial phase, right? Switch on to the body. What is it like? One-on-one interaction, conservation of research and respondent, conversation of research and the researcher, and then give a brief. What are the various definitions given by different thinkers? Like Young, what he said that interview is an interactional process, and then after that you switch on to what is the process of interview. What are the processes? Like choosing a topic, research on existing knowledge, planning process, designing an interview schedule. Over here also you can just draw that flow chart, and even that will be helpful. Then what are the types of interview? Structured, unstructured. You can be brief in this because there are many over here. If it comes in along, you can mention all this, briefly describe what are the advantages and then what are the disadvantages, and then conclude your answer, right? Now this will be sociology as an interpretative discipline. Now this was basically how you are going to start. Give a brief introduction, sociology, origin in the line with scientific method and techniques. So objectivity was on a prime scale when the sociology was developing. Their founding fathers, like sociology's founding fathers, were all of having a scientific technique. They were using the scientific technique in order to describe what the sociology is. So a new school came up, uh, which said which, which came up was interpretative sociology. So what was this? It was basically Weber, right? And Weber's approach and how he defined it. You can write that. Now how this interpretative approach is different from positive sociology. The positivist sociology was the initial sociology, right? So you can just differentiate between them, like what are the approach, the difference between the approach, the difference between the methods, etc. Then you can come up with the limitations, and then you can conclude. Over here you can just read it by pausing, and it's there are like ample amount of resources, and obviously if this comes in a long answer also, you can easily write it. There you go. And this will be the last question of short answer type. participant observation as an effective tool of collecting facts, right? So define first, initially you can come up with a definition of participant observation is basically a type of observational technique or a technique observational technique which is a part of a research method, right? So you can initially define what is observational technique. Then there are three types of technique: participant, non-participant, systematic. And then you can come up with participant observation and its uses. You can write the uses of it, and then merits, the strengths. Over here you can use the examples also, like how Merton used this observation method in order to describe the rain dance of Hopi tribes, you know, in his research. Writing the merits, then limitations. You can be brief in this if it comes in a short answer type, and then you can conclude. Right, despite these limitations and insights provided by the unique value added through participant observation is incomparable, therefore it is considered more valid than positivist method. Thus, it should be argued that participant observation addresses the deficiencies of positivism, however, could not little set generalizes. So yeah, this is it. Hope you liked it. For any queries, please do contact the numbers that have been mentioned. Right. Okay. Thank you so much.